Dustin Bradford, Getty Images. Right now, it's pretty tough to predict how the 2018 Dallas Cowboys will turn out. Even with Jason Garrett, Scott Linehan and Rod Marinelli all returning for next, there's a lot of change going on in Dallas. The Cowboys will have to deal with a lot of new positional coaches as they try to get back to the top after a 9-7 in 2017. Obviously, there are a lot of things that will impact the outcome of this. Will we see a better version of Dak Prescott after a year that seemed to be his learning curve? Will Dez even be here next? Will the front office be able to keep DeMarcus Lawrence, David Irving and Anthony Hitchens? One of those questions hasn't been discussed much. That question is, how will the 2017 rookie class fare in their sophomores? In 2016 and 2017, rookies were very important for this franchise.
2 years ago, Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott took the NFL by storm, ending with a 13-3 record, and the
Anthony Brown looked to be the Dallas Cowboys' future shutdown cornerback, and Maliek Collins looked very promising. The Cowboys didn't have rookies as spectacular as Dak and Zeke in 2016. I don't think we'll see something similar in the NFL for a long time, but the rookie class ended up being a very important one for sure. After letting a lot of veteran players walk in free agency, the team went ahead and fixed the secondary by drafting Chidobe Awuzie and Jordan Lewis in consecutive rounds and trading up to get Xavier Woods in the 6th. Dallas Cowboys CB Jordan Lewis, CB Chidobe Awuzie, and S. Xavier Woods. App photo, Ron Jenkins. Jordan Lewis made his presence felt early in the while he had to wait a bit to see Chidobe Awuzie in action. Both of them had surprising rookies and they truly look as the Cowboys' future in the secondary. Both have shown what they're capable of, and we've seen them make plays and turning their heads to the ball, really, something we hadn't seen in a long time. Ryan Switzer didn't get a chance to play as a wide receiver that much, but he was very impressive as a returner. He still has a long way to go, but I'm betting on Switzer to remain among the NFL's best returners for a long time. After seeing him replace Cole Beasley on the finale, I'll be shocked if Dallas doesn't give him more playing time on offense next year. He deserves a more important role. Taco Charlton still has a lot to improve on, but surprisingly, he did a nice job during the final games of the. It's always premature to call a player a bust after a single, and Taco's been called a bust since the moment he was drafted. Let's give him a chance. For 2017, we set the bar high for the Cowboys sophomores. We thought Dak Prescott would be among the best QBs in the league, that Ezekiel Elliott would pass the 2,000 yards mark, that Anthony Brown would be an ideal CB1, and that Maliek Collins could even lead the team in sacks as a defensive tackle. There are a lot of reasons why this team struggled in 2017, and some of those reasons still preoccupy us when thinking about next. The Cowboys will definitely need their 2017 rookies to continue playing quality football. It will be key if they want to leave a painful 9-7 behind and get back to winning this year. Here's to hoping the Cowboys' 2018 sophomore avoid the inevitable slumps. In a field with uncertainty, they'll sure be needed. 2018 season Cowboys sophomores Dallas Cowboys Dez Bryant SSA Jugador Q Incontables Vices Mi Hizo Gratar y Salta de Alegría con sus excepcionales recepciones y su manera de pelar el balón en el aire. Tantos momentos tan memorables con Tony Romo e incluso algunos con Dak Prescott lo han vuelto uno de mis jugadores favoritos. Pero ahora, después de una difícil temporada de los Dallas Cowboys, los sentimientos están encontrados. En muchos momentos, no parece que estemos viendo al Dez Bryant de antes. Claro, podemos decidir recordar esa recepción de touchdown que rompió el récord de la franquicia contra los Redskins, o esa escapada de 50 yardas en New York en la semana 14. Pero Dez no ha sido el mismo las últimas 3 temporadas. Este 2017, todos los momentos de frustración culminaron en el partido que eliminó a los Cowboys de la temporada. Cuando los Cowboys se enfrentaron a los Seattle Seahawks, un fumble acompañado por un pase soltado de Dez que resultó en una intercepción, todos nos pusimos a pensar. La cosa no es que Dez Bryant sea un mal receptor. El talento está ahí, y es fácil verlo en ciertas jugadas. A veces es visible cuando atropella a alguien defensivo, a veces cuando busca el balón y consigue atraparlo de una manera impresionante. Quizza el próximo año se sacude la mala racha que ha tenido los últimos años y encuentra una manera de ser el jugador que alguna vez fue. El problema es la cantidad de dinero que se le paga. Después de la temporada del 2014, cuando Bryant terminó el año con 16 touchdowns y más de 1,300 yardas, el receptor estrella firmó un contrato por $70 million. Los Dallas Cowboys tienen frente a ellos una pregunta muy importante que resolver este offseason. Deberían deshacerse de Dez Bryant. A pesar de tener una mala racha, la razón por la cual Dallas le daría adiós a Dez es su contrato. Dez está listo para cobrar $16.5 million en el 2018 y otros $16 millones y medio en el 2019. De ser cortado, los Cowboys se ahorrarían $8 millones y medio la próxima temporada. Suficiente dinero para firmar a un jugador que realmente juega impacto esta agencia libre. Dallas Cowboys W. Dez Bryant, Brad Penner, USA Today Sports. Normalmente, cuando hablamos de jugadores como Yacutel, hay muchos conflictos para los aficionados. Vaya, yo mismo acabo de plantar que es uno de mis jugadores favoritos, pero quizá a veces el cambio es necesario. Sí, la producción de Dez Bryant no ha sido la misma desde la última temporada que tuvo con Tony Romo. Pero eso excusa suficiente. Basta pensar en jugadores como Larry Fitzgerald y DeAndre Hopkins para darse cuenta de que no. Aun con quarterbacks mediocres, ambos se mantienen como receptores de elite en la NFL. Es cierto que Dak Prescott no es el mismo QB que Romo era, y no es un jugador que va a lanzar pases profundos tan frecuentemente como Tony lo hace, pero eso tampoco significa que sea algo malo necesariamente.
Este equipo le construyó un equipo a su ex mariscal para sacar todo el provecho el.
Insisto en que los Cowboys tienen que buscar a un WR tan pronto como en la primera ronda del NFL draft o incluso hasta en agencia libre. Los Dallas Cowboys tienen tantas cosas que hacer antes de la próxima temporada y decidir que hacer con uno de sus jugadores más emblemáticos de la actualidad. Dez Bryant es una de ellas. Les gustaría ver a Dez Bryant de vuelta en el 2018. The Dallas Cowboys clearly had a specific role in mind for Ryan Switzer when they drafted him 133rd overall in the fourth round of the 2017 NFL Draft. Come to find out, that role didn't include being involved much on the offensive side of the ball, at least not as a rookie. After watching the way the Cowboys utilized Ryan Switzer in 2017, it's pretty obvious the sole purpose he was drafted was to improve the special teams play in the return game. They clearly didn't envision him being a part of the game plan on offense, despite the continuous outcry from fans. Like most rookies, Ryan Switzer didn't really get off to a fast start, and took a while to get used to the speed of the NFL. But, once he calmed his nerves and regained his confidence, he proved to be an upgrade in the return game. Switzer ended up ranking third in kickoff returns, averaging 25 yards per return in 2017 and 12th in punt returns with almost 9 yards per return. He also became the first Dallas Cowboys player to return a punt for a 2 count since 2013. He accomplished this against the Washington Redskins, in Week 13 when he took an 83-yarder to the house. Surprisingly enough, using Ryan Switzer solely as a return specialist wasn't enough for a lot of Cowboys Nation. A lot of fans wanted to see his talents utilized more on the offensive side of the ball as well, but were only left disappointed. Dallas Cowboys WR Ryan Switzer getting Switzer involved in the offensive game plan just wasn't in the cards in 2017. He only managed to catch 6 passes for 41 yards and rushed 4 times for 5 yards. This isn't exactly what Cowboys fans envisioned after hearing Switzer was opening a lot eyes in training camp and organized team activities, OTAs. That was the main problem. He was hyped up so much heading into that fans expected to see him involved much more on offense. The Cowboys, on the other hand, had something else in mind, but I doubt that's the case for the upcoming 2018. I really think we're going to see an increased role for Ryan Switzer next. The Cowboys coaching staff should have a much better understanding of his strengths and weaknesses now that he has a year in the system under his belt. and they've seen firsthand how explosive he can be with the ball in his hands. What the Cowboys coaching staff will have to determine this offseason is just how big of a role Switzer will have next year. Should Switzer take Cole Beasley's job? Cole Beasley, like the rest of the Cowboys receivers, had a down year in 2017. We shouldn't assume that his job is safe, especially with someone like Ryan Switzer waiting in the wings. But, is Switzer ready to take over time? Tough decisions will have to be made eventually, but such is life in the NFL. Will Ryan Switzer see an increased offensive role in 2018? Each offseason tough decisions have to be made by teams around the NFL, and the Dallas Cowboys are no exception. Teams have to decide who to promote, who to demote, and who to cut ties with altogether. For the Cowboys, Terrence Williams fits into one of those three categories, but which one? It was plainly obvious that the Dallas Cowboys wide receivers all had an extremely disappointing 2017. Everybody has their own opinion as to why this happened, but one thing is for sure, the Cowboys coaching staff will definitely look at ways to get more out of their receiving core. The one player who I think could be affected most by whatever decision the coaching staff ends up making is Terrence Williams. Williams didn't do much to make a case for keeping his starting job in 2017, let alone sticking on the roster. To say he had a disappointing would be an understatement. Williams finished the 2017 with just 53 receptions for 568 receiving yards and absolutely 0 touchdowns. The Cowboys were likely hoping for more production from someone they just signed to a 4-year, $17 million contract extension back in March 2017. Now, you can make the argument Williams took a team discount in order to stay in Dallas, but that doesn't carry much weight when your production leaves so much to be desired. This is especially true when there might be somebody on the roster who can do just as well, and possibly be an upgrade. Dallas Cowboys WR Noah Brown, app photo, Ron Jenkins. Yes, if you haven't guessed it yet, I'm talking about Noah Brown. I know I'm not alone here, but I think Noah Brown could easily replace Terrence Williams' production. I understand that there's not much evidence to back up that statement based on Brown's rookie, but he has all the tools required to succeed. This is really all about potential, and Noah Brown simply has more upside than Terrence Williams. We all know what Terrence Williams is as a receiver, and what he brings to the table for the Cowboys offense. I believe Noah Brown can do all the things Williams does and has the potential to be even better. I already think Noah Brown is a better blocker, something the Cowboys coaching staff really values about Williams. I also think Brown is a better pass catcher. He is a natural hands catcher and has a large catching radius, something Williams obviously isn't. Body catcher. Right now, Williams is only better than Noah Brown in a few areas. He is slightly faster, he's more advanced as a route runner, and has more experience. That's about it. This will obviously be a tough decision for the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff to make. But, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if we see Terrence Williams playing somewhere else when the 2018 kicks off. Do you think Terrence Williams will be with the Cowboys in 2018?